I'm Kendra Shaler for the Lee Weber Group. In our virtual world, chances are your job interviews will be held on Zoom, and it's likely to be recorded, meaning your skills on camera are critical. Here are some tips to make you appear more professional on Zoom. Always look the part and dress as if you were in person. I always say dress for success. This is not the time for pajamas or slippers. Come looking professional. Remember, this is a job interview. Remember to light your face. It's very important for your employer to see you, so a well-lit room is way better than a dark room. Or maybe sit with a window in the background so you have lots of light shining in. Don't let your nostrils steal the show. Camera angles are extremely important. You don't want the camera too low and you don't want the camera too high. Try to position the camera straight onto your face so you can make good eye contact. Practice positioning the camera ahead of time so you can find the angle that best flatters you. Eliminate any background noises as they can be very distracting during an interview. If you're going to be taking any notes during your interview, always make sure to mute your mic. Be cognizant of your background. Keep it simple and clean. We don't want any animals, kids, or distracting pictures in the background. You want to always keep the attention on you. Before your interview, make sure to download the appropriate app to your device and become familiar with it. Don't wait until the last minute to try to figure it all out. If you want to guarantee success, try a practice run with a friend and always make sure your device is fully charged.
I'm Caroline Francis for the Lee Weber Group. Today I would like to share with you 5 job search strategies. We're all going to have lots of jobs throughout our career. Americans are changing jobs about every 4.5 years by choice or not. So if you find yourself in transition, first, don't go it alone. Reach out to your alma mater. Many universities have alumni career services departments, such as the University of Kentucky Alumni Career Services Program. Next, update your resume and your LinkedIn profile. Be sure they match. These are critical pieces in any job search. Next, attend a job club meeting. Communities around the country offer job club resource groups. These are great places to network, hear about job leads, and just learn more about a job search. Then continue networking in any way possible. Reach out to past employers, colleagues, attend professional conferences, industry meetings. Even good networking occurs on the soccer field or at Sunday church. Lastly, take care of yourself. Be able to put your best foot forward in a job search. Remain positive and do everything you can to present your best self.
I'm Gretchen Feld for the Lee Weber Group. Applying for a job is like a full-time job in and of itself. You should be applying every day to multiple companies and multiple positions. You should be prepared to devote a lot of time to the process. Indeed.com and LinkedIn will be your 2 most beneficial platforms. These are websites that the companies use to share a lot of information about the jobs they're looking to fill. You should be able to search any job that you're looking for on these 2 platforms. Take advantage of trade shows and virtual events to network with people in the industry. Networking is very important to get your name and resume out there to as many people as you can. For most companies, sending in a resume isn't enough. You might have to fill out a job application as well, so just make sure to look out for that. Be prepared for drug tests and background checks. Utilize LinkedIn and company websites to identify the hiring managers at your targeted companies. Don't be afraid to reach out to them or others at the company to ensure that your resume doesn't end up in a virtual black hole. To reiterate, apply, apply, apply. Network, apply some more, and be proactive in your job hunt.
I'm Carly Bolton for the Lee Weber Group. Getting a job right out of college can be really difficult, but with successful planning, you can make it happen. Here are some tips to give you a leg up on your job hunt. First, it's important to target companies with good employee training programs. Coming out of college, you don't have the skills you need to do the job, but finding a training program will give you the opportunity to learn the skills that you need to be successful in the workforce. When it comes to applying, don't be afraid to take an entry-level position with a large company. We suggest starting out with a position in business-to-business sales because it's very difficult to land your dream job in healthcare right out of college. By starting out with these Fortune 100 companies, you are putting yourself in a position to learn the skills and training that you need to be successful later on in your career. Large national companies tend to promote from within. By getting your foot in the door and working hard, you may find yourself promoted to the job that you've always wanted. When starting out, apply for jobs at outside sales positions with companies such as Enterprise, ADP, and Xerox. These Fortune 100 business-to-business companies are always looking to hire students right out of college. You need to apply to as many jobs as possible as often as you can. And use Microsoft Excel to keep track of all the places you've applied to so that when someone calls you, you know exactly who you're speaking with. Don't be afraid to apply for jobs that you feel that you're underqualified for. You'll be surprised at the interviews that you'll end up getting. A lot of these Fortune 100 companies are recruiting students on campus. Look out for your career fairs and job fairs that your university is hosting and make sure you sign up for them. Treat these career fairs as if it is a job interview. Bring your resume, dress appropriately, look to get business cards, and make sure that you're networking.
I'm Neil Jackson for the Lee Weber Group. How you present yourself speaks volumes about your values to an employer. A job interview is not the time to borrow your friend's clothes. Here are a few tips to keep in mind. First impressions count. Impress a future employer by not only looking pulled together, but also being prepared with knowledge about the company and industry trends. Your future employer will look at your social media profiles, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of them. It's worth your time to make sure that you're presented well on the internet. With the exception of LinkedIn, it's best to keep your profiles discreet and private. Be transparent about who you are and have authentic answers prepared for go-to interviewer questions. Also, be upfront about any non-competes you may have. Don't complain about your current company. Professionalism matters. Memorize the details of your resume so you can speak to your experience with total confidence and authority. Most importantly, make sure your resume matches what's on your LinkedIn profile.
I'm Phil Blair for the Lee Weber Group. Your professional presence on the internet speaks volumes for an employer, whether you're seeking a new position or looking for a promotion. Here are a few ways to maximize your LinkedIn account. Invest in a premium career package, which allows you more access to employers, more in-mail, and more networking capabilities. Hire a professional photographer to take your profile picture. Ask someone to proofread your profile to make sure that it is easy to understand and free of mistakes. And lastly, make sure your LinkedIn profile matches your resume. Remember, first impressions make a huge impact. So use your LinkedIn profile as a tool to make a great impression.
I'm Mike Mueller for the Lee Weber Group. For me, getting a job requires confidence, and the way that you portray yourself can go a long way with your employers. If you are searching for a job, be bold. Jump in with both feet. Your employers are going to respect the fact that you took that initiative and went out and made that contact. There's several things that really stick out to me, and it's that don't be afraid to get your resume in front of an employer. Don't hesitate at all to pick up the phone if you find a career fair. See who's going to be there. Reach out, make contacts, get invites and invitations to possibly invitation-only events. And if you're in college, utilize your Career Services Center. That's what it's there for. And by all means, if you can't find a way, pick up the phone. Make a phone call. Even though the posting may say no phone calls, look at that as the first screening process. Take the initiative and call. And even if they try to stop you at the gate, ask for an email or another point of contact. No doesn't always mean no in that situation. Find a way around.
I'm Caroline Francis for the Lee Weber Group. The pandemic has certainly changed how people job search. Doing your homework in advance will certainly help. Here are a few tips to help you land your next job. First, know the field you are exploring. Do extensive research on the industry, the competition, and what marketable skills are needed. Subscribe to industry newsletters and magazines, attend professional conferences, and target your networking with people that are in the target industry. Explore LinkedIn profiles of people that are in the industry and see what path they took to their role. Research industry keywords. Large employers use keywords to screen out or in qualified candidates. Study job descriptions and LinkedIn profiles of people in target roles. What are the keywords you're seeing? These are the keywords that you will want to include on your resume and in your LinkedIn profile in order to be included in a successful search.
I'm Taylor Sawyer for the Lee Weber Group. Congratulations, you got a job offer, maybe multiple job offers. And I have a few tips for you to help you evaluate your job offers. Most jobs have salaries and bonuses that are non-negotiable. So know those salary ranges ahead of time so you don't ask for too little or too much. A formal job offer expires usually in about 48 hours, and your future employer will want you to start within roughly 2 weeks. Planned vacations, weddings, or any other commitments may prevent you from starting within 2 weeks, but keep in mind the position is open for a reason and your future employer will want you to start as soon as possible. Most benefits, like health insurance and company cars, are non-negotiable, so make sure you understand the full benefit package before accepting the position. Employers typically submit job offers on Fridays, so you have the weekend to think it over. Use that time to weigh your options so you can make the best, most informed decision during that short period of time. To reiterate, come Monday morning, be prepared to have a decision on your job offer. Do not ask the employer for an extension. And if you do accept, clear your schedule.
I'm Derek Johnson with the Lee Weber Group. People often ask how and if you should use a recruiter when looking for a new job. Personally, I found it to be a really effective method. Hiring agencies have a lot of knowledge from many different companies, like job postings, market trends, and also unlisted jobs. Keep in mind, recruiters are not a job placement service. That's reality. They serve the needs of companies who hire from them and select candidates who meet their clients' needs. Here are some tips for working with a recruiter. First, you want to contact a local recruiter. They're a valuable resource for any job search. Send your most updated resume along with your salary requirements. It's important that you communicate your desired position, and it's also very important to tell them what you do and do not want to do. And lastly, don't forget to follow up. It's very important to stay in contact with your recruiter.